This camera can produce pictures from the future. These three individuals use it to get rich. But after all their shenanigans, they learn that it is extremely dangerous to mess with time. In the 2015 movie Time Lapse, in the beginning we meet the painter Finn, who is experiencing a creative block and is unable to paint. We also meet his friend Jasper, who is a horse race gambler and an addict. Pay attention, that's important for later. Finn is also the building manager of the compound, so he also fixes the toilet of the tenants. When he gets back, he finds Jasper staring at a snow globe, and then his girlfriend Callie comes in and greets them. Finn then goes to the storage compartment of the building to get chairs for a party they're going to host. The building security, Big Joe, helps him with stuff while Jasper is shouting about losing his money on a horse he bet on. Callie comes out to go check on an unresponsive tenant, Mr. Henry Bezarides, who lives in the opposite room. She goes into his apartment and finds a photo room and something crazy. She calls the boys, and when they arrive at the room, they notice pictures of themselves in their living room, and then they notice a camera that's directed straight at their home. Bezarides has been stalking them. Jasper notices that photos are missing. Finn then sees a new photo on the camera. It's a picture of their coat falling sideways, and they know that has never happened. They go back to their apartment trying to figure out what it all means, and then Callie knocks over the coat rack. They go back to the camera, and they notice that the photo and the frame in their living room are an exact match. The camera takes a new picture. It's a photo of Jasper and Callie at their party, which is happening the next night. They start freaking out. Finn gets a bunch of pictures, and he notices that all the photos coincide with the days that they have had all over the past week. Finn hypothesizes that the camera may be taking a photo of the future and sending it back one day at a time. Jasper says it's a cap, and they start checking Bezarides' notes, and they find out that he saw the moment of his death and tried to change it. They also saw a picture that he sent to himself from the future. They check Bezarides' storage unit, and they find his corpse, and they all realize that bad things happen if they try to change what happens in the photo. They get back to their apartment, and Finn suggests they call the police, but Jasper says they shouldn't do that, but rather send photos of the horse races from the future and bet on it today so they'll make money. Finn is against it, but they convince him. The next day at the party, Jasper takes a pill and gives one to Callie. They start dancing by the window. Finn goes to the camera and takes a photo of them with his phone at 8, and it's an exact match with the photo from the previous day. The camera takes a new photo. Finn checks it, and it's a photo of Jasper showing the race results for the next day. There's finally something on Finn's canvas, and Finn is happy about that. The camera sees his work before he does it, so he's not going to have painter's block. They dance the night away. The next morning, Callie starts making a list of things they need to do to use the machine from reading Bezarides' notes. She says the way it works is the camera spits a photo out at 8 in the evening from the future. And whatever picture they see they have to make sure it happens, otherwise their futures don't happen, and they end up like Mr. Bezarides. They agree that for them to keep benefiting from the machine, they have to make it look like Bezarides is still alive. That way, they make money, and Finn gets his paintings. Everybody wins. Finn is against it, but he agrees. Jasper starts making his bets and wins. Finn starts painting, and Callie starts making it seem like Bezarides is still alive. Jasper hangs the winning races on his window, and they all pose in front of the camera. They do this again and again for the next couple of days, making money from the pictures and Finn painting what he sees. It's awesome. Sometime later, Finn goes into Bezarides' apartment, and he gets a voicemail from Bezarides' college friend asking about him. He runs into Joe on his way out. Joe is curious about Bezarides, and Finn tells him that Bezarides is in the hospital, so they're helping him out. Finn and Jasper go to the camera to check on it, and then Callie comes in and she's wearing a new dress that she bought with the money they made. Then they get a new photo, and Finn gets mad. Apparently, it's a photo of Callie and Jasper kissing in the back while he paints. Callie doesn't want to do it, but Jasper tells them that they have to do it. Otherwise, they'll end up like Bezarides. Finn is still mad, but he agrees. The next day, they get ready to take the photo, and Finn starts painting what he sees. When it's 8, Callie and Jasper start getting ready for the kiss. They have to close their eyes, so Finn is the one who has to tell them when to stop. Finn tries to finish his painting, and they start kissing. Finn starts getting inspired, and they keep kissing until it becomes a full-on lip lock. Finn finally notices, and he gets mad. He goes to the camera, and Callie follows him. They find the new picture, and it's a photo of Jasper talking to his bookie Ivan, who is a hardcore criminal. Jasper starts getting worried because he doesn't know why his bookie will visit him, but he has to make sure Ivan shows up for the photo. The next day, Jasper calls Ivan, and it's a very awkward phone call. Jasper then hangs up, and Ivan is likely going to come over. Finn is still mad at Callie and decides to leave since he's not in the photo, so he leaves with Callie and Jasper waits for Ivan. Finn and Callie go to his car and they talk and start kissing. Jasper meets Ivan in the living room and Ivan starts talking menacingly to Jasper. He takes Jasper's bat and starts asking Jasper why he's been winning so much over the past couple of weeks. Then he starts breaking things around the apartment. Jasper then confesses that he has a source and he asks Ivan to ride his bets. That's when Finn and Callie come into the room and she's mad at Jasper showing him and Ivan the photo for the next day, which is of Finn painting Callie nude, and Jasper's silhouette is spying on them from the outside. The next day, Callie poses for Finn nude as he paints her, and Jasper leaves so he can appear to be spying on them in the photo. As he paints, Finn starts to realize how beautiful Callie is. By 8, they look outside, and it's not Jasper spying on them, it's Ivan. He noticed that it was his silhouette in the photo, so he brought his goon Marcus to threaten them while he and Jasper visit the machine. Ivan is intrigued. He tells Jasper that he's going to start putting the winners of the horse race on his window every day for the foreseeable future so that Ivan can keep winning. Otherwise, Marcus is going to take them out. Jasper agrees and says he'll do it for 50%, and Ivan says he'll get 5%. The rest of the group protests the arrangement, but Jasper says it's going to be fine. Finn is mad, but mostly because he doesn't get the photo of his painting so he can paint. He tells Jasper the next day that he should find a way to get the photo to him. Jasper agrees and takes a picture of the photo when Marcus isn't looking and sends it to Finn. When they look at the photo later on, they notice that the painting is of a colossal skull, and they all look scared and agitated in the photo. Jasper takes it as a sign that something bad is about to happen. Later in bed that night, Finn and Callie play with the idea of running away and leaving everything behind, but Finn doesn't want to leave Jasper. Jasper listens in on the outside, and he starts getting paranoid and puts a bunch of weapons around the house, including a golf club on the doorframe. He starts practicing how to stab a person sitting next to him and marks out the perfect spot for that to happen. The next night, Finn meets Joe by the gates, and Joe tells him that he's now a cop and drops off his keys as well as his card. Finn then notices that Marcus is watching him from afar, and he starts panicking. He runs home and tells them, and Jasper starts freaking out. He tells them that he prepared for this by placing weapons around the house. He tells Finn to make the skull painting, and Finn does. Then they all sit around for the photo, and Ivan and Marcus show up. He starts asking them if they talked to the cops. They explain to him what happened, but he doesn't believe it and attempts to torture Callie. That's when Jasper goes into beast mode and says Ivan is going to lose his life and that Marcus is going to kill him. Ivan says it's Cap, but Jasper tells him it's in tomorrow's photo. Ivan starts suspecting Marcus, so he takes Marcus's weapon and goes to check the photo. While he leaves, Jasper tells him to move closer because Ivan is going to shoot him from the back. Marcus agrees. When Ivan sees the photo, he runs back towards the house looking for Jasper. When he gets in, Marcus has been stabbed, and Jasper uses a bat to take him out. Callie and Finn are freaked out, but Jasper and Finn take their bodies into the storage unit and hide them. Jasper takes the gun from Ivan and the photo. It's a picture of him in front of a bunch of cash, meaning he takes all the money Ivan made from his earnings for himself. Finn tries to talk to Callie, who cleans up all the blood. But she's mad at him and accuses him of only caring about painting. Jasper gets all the cash from Ivan's stash, and Finn suggests that they split the money and run away. Jasper disagrees, and so does Callie. She continues to stay mad at Finn and even bangs the door in his face. Later that night, a woman knocks on the door, and it is Bizaride's friend, Dr. Heidecker. She's come looking for him. Jasper comes and joins them. He tells her Bizaride's moved out, but she notices his hat and holds them up with her weapon. They take her to the storage room to show her Henry's corpse and explain everything to her. She tells them that she's familiar with his research. She also informs them that Henry didn't lose his life because he tried to change the future. He died because he inhaled sarin gas, which was in his locker. That means it's okay if they don't do what the photo says. She tells them that Henry was probably worried about the future he saw. She showed them a photo of their living room with a bloodied windowed painting of a gas coil, which was taken months in advance, and whatever happened was going to happen the next day. Somehow Henry can take pictures far into the future, but she doesn't know how to do that. When she tells them, Jasper shoots her. The next day, Finn gets into an argument with him over what he did, but he doesn't care, and Callie supports him. That night, Jasper tries to pose for his photo with the cash. Callie offers to help him make sure he's in the frame. The camera takes a picture for that night. Then we see Finn with a packed briefcase. He finds both Callie and Jasper in the camera room, and they look sad. He tells Callie that they should leave Jasper and says they can't leave. Callie shows him the photo. It's a photo of Callie and Jasper having coitus while Finn sleeps. Finn is sad about it. Jasper comes back, and Finn starts reminiscing about how crappy he has been in the relationship. Finn shows Jasper an engagement ring and tells him he's been too scared to propose to her. But then Jasper suddenly knocks him out. When Finn wakes up, he's tied up in the storage room, and Jasper tells him that he's going to make sure Finn is around for the photo. He locks Finn up in the storage room. When he leaves, Finn uses a lighter to burn out his binds and tries to open the door, but it's locked. Then he checks the photo that Heidecker showed them, and he notices the painting of the coil, and he wonders what that means. Then he searches Bizarrides, and he finds the keys to the locker in his pockets. He opens the door and gets a bucket of water. Finn wakes Jasper up the next morning with a call and threatens to ruin the machine. Jasper holds up a gun at him, and Finn tells him to get Callie. When he brings her, Finn tells her Jasper is going to take them out. Jasper points the weapon at her and tells Finn to stop, or he'll end her. Finn tells him to let them walk away, and he'll keep the machine. He gives Callie the phone. Finn tells her to look in Jasper's pocket. And when she does, she finds the engagement ring, and he tells her he's sorry for being a bad boyfriend. Finn makes Callie take the gun from Jasper, and he joins them in the room. When he comes in, he takes the firearm and points it at Jasper. Jasper then takes his stashed golf club and hits Finn when he's not looking. They get into a fight, and Jasper tries to use a hammer on Finn, but just then, Callie uses the snowball to hit Jasper in the head, ending his life and spraying the blood on the window. She helps Finn up and informs him that the photo has changed to the photo of an empty living room, with the picture of the coil, which is identical to Bezaride's photo, except this one has police tape. Finn tells her that he has to paint the coil, otherwise he would have never gotten out of the storage room. She leaves, and he paints the coil. But then he realizes that he was always going to paint the coil since it's the same coil in Bezaride's photo. So how did the future change? And where's the police tape coming from? He goes to check on Callie, and she looks spooked, like she's hiding something. She tells him to go lie down for a while, and Finn does, but when she leaves, Finn follows her. At that moment, he catches her taking a photo in front of the camera, and the camera flashes. On the window, Callie has written things like swap photos with charades night. Finn notices it, and he goes back to the kitchen and he finds a bunch of photos. That's when Callie tells him that the camera takes 2 photos per day, one in the morning and one in the evening. She hid the morning photos from them and has been using them to send notes to herself from the future, telling herself things that she can do to make Finn take her seriously. Also, she's been cheating on Finn with Jasper. That's why she has a photo of her having coitus with Jasper, which happened on a night they played charades. It turns out she got a photo from the future in the morning telling her to swap the photos and kill Jasper, which is the one she just took. Finn then asks her why she didn't warn them, and she tells him that she was just obeying the photos and it was working. Finn started noticing her again and taking her seriously, and now she thinks it's all good. But then Finn takes his engagement ring from her and says he's going to destroy the machine. Callie tries to stop him. She says she can change the past by sending a new message to herself back to the previous night, so everything will be like it never happened. But Finn disagrees and she shoots him. She says it's okay because she can change the past by sending a message to herself with the words "don't get caught taking a photo." She writes that on the window and only manages to apply one tape before she can use another. She sees Joe outside and he asks to come in because Finn called him to come arrest Jasper. She doesn't seem bothered because she already placed the message. Joe comes in and sees the bodies and arrests her, and she's okay with it. But as they're leaving the compound, the message she wrote falls down, meaning her past self isn't going to get the message, therefore Finn is going to stay dead. She tries to run back and put it back up, but Joe takes her away. I guess Jasper was right all along. You don't mess with time. End of movie.